Hello and welcome to Learning with Lulu. In this video, we are going to summarize Stave 5 in Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. This is the final video in this series, as this is the end of the story. So, in Stave 5, Scrooge is waking up to the present Christmas morning. As you can guess, Scrooge is absolutely overjoyed at his second chance in changing how he approaches not only Christmas but just life in general. And that also it means he can get off of this trajectory that his life was on and avoid what the ghost of Christmas yet to come showed him and set himself off on a different path in life by applying the lessons that the ghosts taught him. He really is, ecstatic. He starts shouting Merry Christmas. He is praising all four of the ghosts that visited him, that being the ghost of Marley, and then the ghost of Christmas past, Christmas present, and Christmas yet to come. And, just full of gratitude, full of joy, and like a happy shock that he's getting this second chance at life. Now he is so excited to go out and just partake of this life that he hardly even takes time to get ready for the day. Before heading outside, he meets a boy on the road and he says, "Hey, go get this turkey and I need you to deliver it to Mr. and Mrs. Cratchit's home." And of course, he promises this kid that he stopped and is telling, take a turkey to the Cratchits. He promises to pay this kid an asinine amount of money just to do this. Also, out and about, he comes across those men who had been out seeking donations for charities, and once again he promises an insane amount of money as a donation for the poor at this Christmas season. And of course he's not going to forget family on this Christmas day, so he goes to his nephew Fred's Christmas dinner party that he was invited to, and he's essentially glowing. Others are in awe, and he's like the life of the party. Just like how he had reveled in being part of the party when he was with the ghost of Christmas present, he's actually living it. It's a reality. He's not invisible, and he's actually interacting with people, and he's receiving life. What we see in Charles Dickens' text of A Christmas Carol, sometimes films alter a little bit, but we don't see Cratchit and Scrooge interact until the morning of the 26th. Now remember, Scrooge told Bob Cratchit, "Okay, you gotta be in so much earlier the following morning if I'm giving you Christmas off." So Bob comes into work a little bit late, not as early as Scrooge had told him to come in when they had talked about it on the 24th. So Scrooge, he pretends to be annoyed. He starts to scold Bob Cratchit, and then without warning, the scolding ends with him telling Bob Cratchit that he has no choice essentially but to give him a super generous raise in pay, as well as Scrooge saying that he wants to participate in providing for Bob Cratchit's family's needs. Understandably, Bob Cratchit is shocked, and Scrooge, he, kind of stops with the joking, and he sobers up a little bit and tells Bob Cratchit how sincere and genuine these promises are. He promises Bob Cratchit that he is going to stay true to this change in himself and stay true to the words that he has just promised him. And Charles Dickens writes that Ebenezer Scrooge, he does stay true to his change and his promises. And it says that it almost sounds like he essentially becomes like a second dad, or like that favorite uncle to specifically Tim, who, because of the betterment of environment and food and resources, Tim does not die prematurely. And I believe it's called the denouement of this story, the winding down of this story, we see that Londoners are shocked. So the community around Scrooge is shocked at this change in this man who was so set in his ways for so much of his life. And Scrooge just laughs it off. He doesn't let their perhaps confusion harm his own perception of self or perception of what he's doing or who he used to be. He's just who he is now. He is at peace with his soul now and with the world. And it says that he lives with this beautiful spirit of Christmas in his soul, not just on Christmas, but every single day of the year, and better than anyone else. And then a very classic line associated with the Christmas Carol is Tiny Tim saying, "God bless us, everyone." And that's the end of A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. It's a wonderful story about redemption and change and taking joy in, I think it's saying not just in Christmas, but in every day, treating every day with that spirit of Christmas, as cliche as that may be, and just the beauty that that can bring to life and the abundance and wealth that living with that kind of Christmas spirit can bring to life. So that concludes the summaries of A Christmas Carol, and I hope these bring joy to you, as well as perhaps some academic or just intellectual help as far as, becoming familiar with kind of the bare bones of the story of A Christmas Carol. That being said, I wish you a Merry Christmas, and I hope to see you back around on this channel. Thanks for watching.